Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be disassembling, cleaning, and testing this Nintendo WaveBird controller for the GameCube. Looking this controller over, we can see cosmetically it's in decent condition. However, it is quite dirty and there has been some liquid spilled in these buttons up here. They're fairly stuck. That said, I believe that it will clean up nice and should be 100% functional at the end of this video. One very positive thing is the battery terminals are clean and there is no corrosion. To get started, we'll need to remove the 8 tri-wing screws holding the two halves of the case together. Now we can split the case and inspect to see how dirty this controller is from years of use, as well as the liquid that was spilled in the buttons. Here you can see this membrane is actually stuck due to the liquid, and the buttons inside are quite nasty. Flipping this over, we can simply tap out the power button surround. Here we're looking at the main board of this controller. We can go ahead and remove the remaining membranes as well as the analog and C stick. Both of these sticks can be replaced on Amazon fairly cheaply, but the quality is not the same, so anytime you can clean and reuse the originals, that's what I would advise. With those items removed, we can now go ahead and pull up on the main board, removing it from the lower half of the controller. There are different variations of GameCube controllers. As seen here, the plastic pieces that hold the spring for the left and right bumpers are screwed in place. Others are simply clipped in. To remove the spring assembly, we'll first need to disengage this bar from the bottom of the button. Now we'll repeat this process on the other side of the controller. Using a small flat blade on a screwdriver, you can simply depress the tab and push out the lower battery contact. Here's a look at the controller completely disassembled before we wash all the plastic parts in soap and water. When doing this, I just use warm water and Dawn dish soap. I'll scrub each part with a toothbrush and then lay everything out to make sure that it's completely dry before reassembly. I use a Q-tip and IPA to clean the black contacts on the bottom side of the membrane, and Q-tips and Windex to clean the dirt from the front side. As seen here, the joystick mechanisms themselves are dusty with some hair stuck in them, so we'll first clean with compressed air. Once that's complete, we can use Q-tips and IPA to clean the contacts on the board. We still need to clean the contacts on the membrane for the left and right bumper buttons. Then we can begin reassembling the WaveBird. To reinstall the spring, we'll simply slide it back into place, drop it in the grooves of the controller, and reclip the bar to the lower part of the button. Now we can reinstall the plastic cover on each side and then put in the 4 Phillips head screws that hold these in place. When reinstalling the main board, ensure that the battery contacts are within the groove on the back of the case. We can now drop all of the buttons back in place. These buttons only go in one way, so you can't mess them up. And then we can go ahead and reinstall the membranes. It doesn't matter whether the actual power button is in the on or off position, as long as it matches the position of the switch on the main board. Once that's verified, we can go ahead and reassemble the two halves. The two halves should clip right back in place without binding, and before we put the screws in, we'll make sure that all the buttons feel good. One of the things that makes the WaveBird such a great controller is that it utilizes an RF signal. This is better than the old IR technology, as you do not have to have a direct line of sight from the controller to the console for it to work. Let's install some fresh AA batteries and test this controller for functionality. While we take a look at a few before and after pictures, I would like to thank you for watching this video, and as always, I look forward to interacting with you in the comment section below.